old cliches is this time of year, defense is ahead of offense. Are you surprised you guys are clicking on offense the way shooting over 50% at this point in the season?
You know, I'm not sure if I'm surprised because, I think our expectations are pretty high. But the one thing we can't control is making shots. Even in the Virginia game, we had some shots that we'd like to think that we're going to make more than we're going to miss them. But what we do know is that our defense has to be ready because you don't expect to be like we were making shots, obviously, in a great way in the first half against Baylor. Second half, not as much. And our defense let down. That was probably the most disappointing part about the trip is that, we got beat in the second half at Baylor by 12 and got away from it. But offensively, we think that we've got guys that if they take the shots they practice, that we can be a good offensive team.
How hard is it to lose a guy like JP this early in the season?
Well, it's tough because, he's worked as hard as he could in the offseason while we were trying to figure out what was the best way or is the best way to go about it. And we chose the route that we went, and now you look back and say, well, maybe we should have gone the other way, but that's here nor there now. But we'll miss him. But with that said, it gives the opportunity to some other guys. We lose a little bit of the front line bulk that we feel like we needed, but we've got what we've got, and we've got to make it work.
I feel like y'all played Igor at the 5 pretty good at Bahamas. What do you like about that?
Yeah, again, it gets back there. I mean, when he's there at the 5, he obviously creates a different look for us on the offensive end where, he can definitely pull post guys away from the basket. But whether it's Cade there, him there, and what allows us to do that is, as much as anybody, is Jemiah Mashak. I mean, because he can play every position on the court and defend every position on the court. But we still feel that Igor is going to get better and better, and the more that we can put a team out there like that, that goes to the versatility of our team right now. We feel like we do have versatility, and we can play multiple ways.
Can Darlingstone help you?
Oh, no doubt. There's no doubt that that D. Stone can help because, one, he's a big body. He rebounds it. No doubt he's working defensively to do what we need him to do, and offensively, we've never questioned that part of his game. And so the fact that he's back, and I think these next couple of weeks are really not just important to him, but to all of us.
How nice was it to have D. Stone in the lineup?
Well, with Cam going down, we needed him, and the fact that he only had 2 days of practice, and we were really proud of what he did while we were over there because he came in the first game really got us going. I mean, he gave us a big spark, and he'll continue to get better.
Would you like to see Chaz maybe stay as aggressive offensively in the second half against Baylor as he was in the first half?
Probably more aggressive, and we keep telling him that. I mean, when he's open, we expect him to shoot it. He's going to find out, like Dalton did a year ago, that after a game like that, the attention on him is going to even go to a whole different level. So, like our team, he's going to have to continue to improve and learn how to move without the ball, set screens, because if he just stands around, that's what teams want him to do. So it's going to be a whole new experience for him going forward, but it'll be good for him, and the way he handles it and responds will determine, how much further he'll take it.
Coach, how much of what you guys are able to do defensively just really starts with Jemiah and Zakai kind of being the tip of the spear?
Well, it is. Zakai's a player that goes 94 feet normally and disrupts, teams having to deal with him down the court. In the Duke game, in the Baylor game, we started Jemiah on Jeremy Roach, who was at Duke when we played him a couple years ago in the tournament. And so we don't do that a lot. Normally we keep Zakai on a point guard, but we just wanted to get more size on him. And so Zakai can go down the court and do it. And the fact that versatility there gives us I think, obviously one of the very best, if not the best, defensive backcourts in the country at those positions. But Jordan Gainey had a great week of defense. I mean, he was really, really good defensively. And along with Cade, there's a lot of good things that we took from it. Now it's about sustainability and keeping it. We didn't put it together like we should in the second half, but we had to adjust a little bit because of the lead and knowing that we had to maybe stretch it out a little bit more to guard the three-point line. But we can get better, and we've got to get more guys doing it, and we will.
Do you have any concern over the numbers now that you're down 2 more guys?
No, we started with 11 scholarship players, and now we're down to 10. And I think when Cam gets back at Christmas, I think we'll have as good a 10-man rotation that we've had since we've been here.
How would you assess what Cade has given you at this point in the season?
I go back with Cade and Felix. Those guys took I really, throughout the summer and the fall, I don't remember them ever coming off the court, and I think that work that they did against each other is going to pay off a lot for both of them. But Cade's just getting started as a player. The more he's out there, the better he's going to get, the more relaxed he's going to get. You'll see him start to improve on offense. Again, the more he can play. And as this team, they continue to get to know each other and know what they're looking for and looking for guys individually. That's where he'll improve. But he had for the most part, gave us some really good, solid defense too against as good a post player as we'll play in Amir. I mean, he was as strong a player as we've coached against since we've been here, and Kay did everything he could to do his part trying to deal with him one-on-one.
How does Zakai physically prepare himself to play 30-plus minutes every game and still pressure the entire game?
I think it's a great talent. I think there's certain things. I mean, whether you want to call it, it's in his DNA, but I think playing hard is a talent, and not all players have it, obviously. And I think as coaches, if we could bottle that and give it to everybody, that'd be the first thing that we would do. But I think it goes back to who he is, the way he grew up, the way it's just in his DNA. And he doesn't know any other way. He's fearless. He's stubborn in a good way. And the fact that he's just out to prove everybody that he's better and do more than anybody thinks that he can. And hard on himself. And that's where his stubbornness comes in, where he makes it sometimes harder on himself than he does, but he's got so much pride in wanting to be not just the best he can be, but he wants to win above and beyond everything else. I mean, when Chaz got it going the other day, I thought Zakai was the most excited guy on the court. Watching him play because he's been waiting on him to do it, and he did it, and that tells you a lot about him and who he is as a leader.
Guy's shooting right now. Do you feel like his shots just not falling, or?
Yeah, I don't worry about his shots. I mean, he'll knock them down. I know this: when it counts, he'll knock them down, and he's doing so much more. And people don't realize when you play 35, 36 minutes a game, and that's my fault. But I love it when he's out there, and he wants to be out there. But I think if we gave him more rest, he probably would be shooting the ball a little bit better. But you ask the question, are we better with him being a little bit fatigued or someone else? And I do think as Bishop continues to learn this, and Jordan will play the point, but I do think Bishop can help him in some of those areas. And as soon as Bishop learns to take care of the ball, value possessions, defensively, he's ready to play as much as anyone. But that's why I'm excited. We got guys that I think are just going to continue to get better.
Seems like,
Last two.
seems like Cade physically has been able to hold up really well at the 5 for his size being a little more slender. Why do you think that is?
Well, you can ask G. I mean, Cade's a lot stronger than he looks, and he's very athletic, and so I think that what he does and the way he attacks the weight room and all that, but he's stronger than he looks.
For Chaz to have the games that he did over the weekend, just is that a reflection of the comfort level he is in the system and like his understanding of how you want him to operate?
Well, since he just walked in, and I don't know, Chaz, can you answer that question?
What was the question?
Why were you comfortable?
What was I not comfortable?
Why were you comfortable when we got ready to go out and play Baylor? You want to tell them what I told you when we were walking out of the locker room, you and I? What did I tell you? You remember? If you didn't shoot it, I was going to what? Set you down.
Oh, really?
So he got the message. Okay. All right. Okay.
One more from Mike.
Yeah.
North Carolina now say that Mac Brown won't be back next year.
Yeah.
How impressive has his career been, and how much has his friendship meant to you?
You know, when I saw that, obviously a little sadness because I've known Mac for over 30 years, and he's been a real blessing in my life, and I'm just so thankful that God brought our lives together. And being with him at Texas for all those years, you couldn't help but learn a lot from him, the way he did things, and certainly happy that, after the Texas situation, he was able to go back to North Carolina and I know he did a lot of great things, not just with the football program, but overall, but truly one of the great coaches that have ever played. He loves his players. He's everything that you'd want your son to play for. And but I love Mac Brown. I really do. And again, I'm just thankful that God brought our lives together.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.